All right. How am I looking? Ooh, how am I looking up in this camera, man? You know what I'm saying? Y'all see this balaclava hoodie, man? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? You know what I'm saying? But let's get right into it. You know what I mean? Because my time is precious and I know that yours is as well. I'm basically breaking down the 7 deadly sins that a clothing brand owner can really have. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not everything, but it's the top 7 that came to my mind, right? Because a lot of people, especially a few years ago, like being a clothing brand owner was like being the next fucking rapper. You feel me? And everybody was like, oh, I want to start a brand. I want to start a brand. And then a lot of people are in the graveyard right now rather than actually walking abundantly with their brand because they thought shit was sweet when it really wasn't. So I literally have my laptop right here. So if you see me looking down, I have my notes. You feel me? So the first thing is the first biggest daily sin, and this is going off of my experience. If you don't know, my name is Chris. I've been running a brand for 10 years, made multi 7 figures off this brand. I'm currently still running it to this day, and I'm not the biggest brand, but if you know, you know, and I have a crazy cult following. So you can definitely go check that out. You feel me? But the first reason or the first deadly sin of running a brand is chasing trends instead of building a real brand. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, right now, it's the whole Y2K, the jorts and everything like that, and the whole Quan look and the glitter hoodies and all that other shit. But you kind of want to look at everything 5 to 10 years out from now. When these Y2K motherfuckers grow up and the YNs and all that, you feel me? What's kind of going to be, I want to say trendy, but that's going to come back to regular because this is how the arts go in life. You feel me? When it comes to music, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to even clothes, I want you to imagine like a huge tidal wave, right? And that wave is an era. And then when it comes down, it's just all like it flattens out, right? And then it's another wave again, and then that's an era, right? But art is the most disposable thing that's on this planet. And let me break this down to you. The first day that you, how can I say this? No, your first day, freshman year, senior year, it was completely different, not just only person, but the same shit that you was wearing freshman year wasn't the same shit that you was wearing senior year. That was a time, that was an era. Every era has like a 4 to 6 year gap, and then it's something brand new, and then that shit from the past is looking like it's old, and then people don't care about it no more because they on to the next thing, right? So just remember that a clothing brand is disposable, but you chasing the trends is making your shit even more disposable because the stuff that's coming out right now, only a select few is only going to last through that wave to get on to the next, to get into that. I mean, when the next era comes and then it's a whole new wave of new shit. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to look like everybody right now because 99, or I wouldn't say 99, but probably 80 to 90% of the brands that you see right now aren't even going to be around in the next 5 years from now. I'm not one of these dudes that's going to come off like a douche and say, oh, like, let's try to get generational wealth off your brand. I'm not on that type of time. If you want to make money, sure. It's just like chase what everybody's doing right now. But if you're trying to last, don't chase the trends. Like do something that's truly authentic to you. You know what I'm saying? Be you. Look at what people are buying in the market, but don't look like everybody in the market, if that makes sense. So now we're going to get into the second thing. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically like, your overconsumption of like just doing stuff too fast and doing too much. You know what I mean? So my whole thing is that obviously value negates luck. If you sit in here and you suck at marketing, I'm going to tell you to go make fucking 500 TikToks because right now you suck. And to be exceptional at anything, it requires a mass amount of volume. But when I say that like you're doing too much too fast, this is the people that's in the graveyard right now. This is what happened to them. And this is a perfect example. They came into the shit, right? Watched a few people's YouTube videos, oh, how I do a pre-order or how I make $10,000 off of a drop or whatever the bullshit may be, right? So then they thinking that shit's sweet and they think that they know everything. So now they putting their money into, you know, the manufacturer and they just go on Alibaba with, you know, the NPC told you to do, oh, let me go on Alibaba and then go find a manufacturer. I've never done this before, but hey, here's $5,000. Oh, and then let me go on Fiverr or some shit like that because I think that's what the other guru said. And let me go spend 500 on a website. Oh, my email, SMS. Oh, I don't really need that. I can do that myself, even though I don't have the competence or the skills to even understand copywriting yet because I never done that. Oh, so-and-so Hell started selling their t-shirt for 500. So when the manufacturer gives me my t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go sell mine for the same amount. And, oh, damn. And then 1 week goes by and now the manufacturer isn't even picking up the phone. And now I just got scammed for 5 racks. But that 5 racks I was using to go flip that my money and hopefully go make 20,000 like Hellstar and all these other brands is doing on YouTube. You're doing too much, bro. You're doing way too much. And you're not slowing down and just becoming a student. And just always remember this, because I know that I just kind of went all over the place, but you got to remember that there's only 4 pillars to running a brand. There's marketing, sales, production, design. The design part is easy. Everybody that's watching this one day and you that's watching this, I already know that you're creative, right? Go get a sample, you know what I'm saying, and market the fuck out of it. Once you already have some type of acquisition channel dialed in, where if it's organic or paid or whatever you're doing, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the sales, now you put all your focus just 2 to 3 hours a day on the sales. And I'm not saying like on just the front end, but even on the back end with the email, SMS, and everything like that. Then it's just like, I'm going to worry about the production when it comes to the customer service, the delivery, the fulfillment, the manufacturer, everything like that. But how can you do all of those things at once and you're not even competent and you don't even have the knowledge, wisdom, yet understanding of how this thing even works? So the biggest deadly sin is moving too fast and you really moving on emotion and not logic, right? Now, let's get into the third one, and this one is crazy. And I put greed. So basically, like, you're just overpricing without actual brand value, and I made a video earlier this year. I don't know when this video is coming out, but I literally made a video about being a commodity and not a real brand. Like, you that's watching this right now, if you're not selling out of drops, if you're not making tens of thousands of dollars a month, people don't value your shit. And my whole thing is that sales is always a reflection of who you are. So, perfect example, if I'm selling this for $300, but I won't go buy a $300 my hoodie or buy a $300 item myself from another brand or from even a high designer or anything like that, what makes you think I'm going to attract niggas to come spend $300 with me? I'm nothing but a reflection of myself. And when it comes to sales, so I never understood somebody that is trying to sell a hoodie for $100 when they got to think about spending $100 on a consumer good that they want to buy, a hoodie or a beanie or whatever it may be. And if that's somebody else's price, oh yeah, it's dope, but let me think about it. But now you're getting mad when people, and this can be family or friends or even people online, they're not making impulse purchases with you. Oh, let me just sit back and think about it. Oh, let me wait till I get my check. And now you're just pissed off at the world. You feel me? And then you sit over here and then you're trying to overcharge your shit like it's Hellstar or something like that. Hellstar actually has brand value. Hellstar isn't a commodity. Hellstar actually has a culture. Hellstar actually has a community. You don't have that. And then I hate just these fucking Alex Hormozy $100 million offer type motherfuckers, right? They come into this shit and then they just like, oh, let me go build out. Let me go. Even though Alex Hormozy talks about services and shit, these dumbass niggas will listen to this book, right? And then they just like, oh, I'm about to go sell my shirt for $50. Nigga, who the fuck is you? Nobody likes you. Nobody knows you. Nobody trusts you, bro. Nobody doesn't give a shit about you. So that's one of the most deadliest sins that I've seen. People overpricing and they don't actually have brand value. You feel me? So I'm not going to really talk about the solutions. I'm just going to talk about the 7 deadly sins, So this one right here, number 4, is basically just being lazy with marketing. You know what I mean? I see so many people out there that are so incompetent and so lazy when it comes to the number one thing that they need to actually be great at. Because when you look at every single clothing brand in the Y2K space, the millennial space, even the OGs, every single brand owner has one commonality. They're all great marketers. I'm a good marketer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best, but you wouldn't have known me, this Prince Machiavelli dude. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it was on YouTube or TikTok, you would have never found me if it wasn't for my marketing. You know what I mean? So my whole thing is that I look at marketing and I look at every part of running a brand business. This is how I just look at everything in life. If I've never done it before, the chances is that I'm not good at it, right? So my whole thing is that value negates luck, and anything at the beginning requires quantity before it ever becomes quality and exceptional. So let's look at like Steph Curry as like an example, right? The basketball player, the greatest shooter probably ever that touched the basketball. Do you think he was shooting like that at 8 years old? The first time he picked up a basketball at 5 years old, you think he was like that? He wasn't. He wasn't. It was horrible. It was horrific. But it was a quantity game, and then he started to become okay. He's mid. Okay, he's average. Okay, he's good. Okay, he's exceptional. Now, granted, that's a 20-year run or gap, but that's what it requires. Like, I don't think people understand the value that you have to put in to actually be great at the craft that you're trying to do. So I don't get all these people, you know what I'm saying, that they do the design, they go get the manufacturer, they try to sell a little bit online, and then they come up in my DMs and then they asking why haven't I made any money with my brand? And also as well, if you haven't made any money with your brand, or even if you have made money with your brand and you looking for any guidance, help, my team, my resources, 10 years worth, all you got to do is just click the link below to check that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pressuring you at all. I really could give two fucks. But if you need the help and you're not a bullshitter and you somebody that's serious, then you can hit my DM and holler at me personally. You feel me? But it's just funny how everybody is like literally just super lazy with the number one thing that they all need to be somewhat decent and good at. So right now, if you are lazy with marketing, you know what I mean? It's obviously because you're resistant to do it because you're not good at it. So my whole thing is that it's just like in sports. You that I'm looking at in the camera right now, the first time you picked up a basketball, the first time that you picked up a football, you weren't good. You were horrible. You were mid. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't that nigga like that. And then over time, you put in these unconscious reps, unconscious hours, and then you became decent. And then you became gay. I was about to say gay, but then you became good, and then you became exceptional. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you kind of got to look at this shit too when it comes into the marketing on the paid side and on the organic side as well. Now let's get into the fifth one. And basically, you let emotions run the brand. And this right here is critical, right? Because somebody will sit here, let's just say for a perfect example, this is your brand, right? You just made this hoodie. You just spent 4 months on perfecting it when it comes to the fucking, the manufacturer, the cut and sew, what type of zippers, what type of all over high density print this is, what about the inside lining, the embroidery, like what type of, like everything, you just put so much emphasis and time on this. And then you put it out today. And then you made no sales with the brand. Or you even made a few, but not what you was expecting. But you're pissed though. You're emotional because you just put 4 months into it. But you got to think logically, and you can't be emotional in this game. Every single song that Lil Wayne has ever put out was not a hit record. Every single song that Drake puts out isn't a hit record. You only know 20% of them. And then even inside of that 20%, 80 of them wasn't really the ones that masses know, but not just everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything that you do in life isn't going to be a hit. So yeah, you probably did put 4 months into this, but the marketplace is one of the most honest things in the world. Basically, the marketplace is a consumer of people that are buying or making impulse purchases on products, on consumer goods and shit. They don't give a fuck about you, right? But at the same time, you have to give a fuck about them because it's a value transaction, right? So my whole thing is that the people that let emotions run their brand and business is the people that I've seen crash out the most, because they'll try to iterate it. Oh, people don't want it in black. Let me make it in white and black. Oh, like, damn, we sold a little bit more, but not as much because now people are asking for a red version of this. It has nothing to do with that, bro. If people aren't fucking with this, be logical and then move on to the next product. If somebody is saying no to you, it's obviously because they don't see value in it. The only time somebody ever hands you $1 is because they see value in whatever it is that you're selling, regardless if it's a physical good or a service or whatever it may be. So don't be too emotional. It's nothing but a volumes game. You know what I'm saying? Not just only that, when you're giving a product like a consumer good to somebody else, they only going to, like I just said, they only going to spend bread with you if they actually want that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if niggas ain't buying it, then it's just like, okay, let me move on to the next drop. Let me move on to the next item. Let me move on to the next piece. And then it just becomes an iteration game. And then everybody's gonna look at you like, oh my God, like you're so lucky. How did you blow up? Bro, this is my 50th product that I tested to the market. This is my 80th product that I tested to the market. You feel me? So just always remember that you don't want to let emotions run the brand, because with anger and with impulse, that can really fuck you up in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like niggas ain't fucking with it because X, Y, and Z. Bro, you thinking emotional. Like get your head back in the game and just test another product and test another one. So then you can actually be that person that's quote unquote lucky, that's hitting that 50K, 100K months and stuff like that. Next up right here, we got envy, right? And this is comparing yourself basically to other people. I seen this be a lot of people's fate. You know what I'm saying? As far as just like them crashing down. Oh, well, so-and-so online is running his brand like this, or Hellstar is doing it like this. Bro, just be authentically you. Yes, you can look at other brands as like inspiration and be fans of them and be like, damn, like they doing their thing. But at the same time, the brands that I've seen that has lasted the most is brands. When I look at that brand owner, he is 100% the brand. And the niggas that I've seen fall off, I'll see a brand owner and I know that he's not what he's portraying to put out. He's not that. And that's why even everybody inside of my brand builders program, which is basically my program that where I help out brand owners and whatever that they need help with, me and my team will get them right, get themselves predictable assets, getting built. Every single one of them in there, because I handpick everybody. I just don't take on everybody. I'm all about quality and not quantity. Every single one of them is their brand without even saying a word. They not, yeah, they can look at Hellstar. They can even look at my brand. They can look at every brand out there is like an inspo. But at the same time, they true to their roots and they know who they are. That's why at the beginning of anything, you got to have a foundation, because who is this brand for? Why is it for them? What is my reasoning of making this? What is the overall goal and mission? If you can answer those questions, yeah, you can look at whoever else, but now you grounded and you stuck to where you're going. But if you just in this shit to make money and just be a commoditized brand and, you know, make a little bit of bread for 2-3 years and then you're done. Now you're just over there looking at everybody to the left and to the right. Oh, well, this person's making shirts like that, so we need to make our t-shirts like that. Oh, these people over here are making these type of thermals, so we need to make these type of thermals. Oh, these niggas over here is making jorts, so we need to make some jorts. It's like, bro, it's just all like, just do you. Like, don't compare yourself to anybody else, because that's your biggest advantage or your unfair advantage of just being a true 1 out of 1 brand, is just being authentically who you is. And last but not least, because I know I've been yapping on here for like 19 minutes. And last but not least, is thinking that you know everything. And this is why a lot of brand owners are piss poor, broke people, and angry at life. You feel me? So just remember that there's always somebody that's bigger than you. There's always somebody that's better than you. Even me, myself, like I got friends that make $1 million in a day, 500,000 in a day. To even $250,000 in a day is a bad day for some of my friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm always asking them, what do they see? What do they see that I don't see? Because they obviously the GM, I'm a football player on the field. You know what I'm saying? They see what I don't see. They see what's coming before I even see it. No, don't release that. Why not? Because the market ain't gonna fuck with it. How you know? Trust me, I know. Like, I've been there before. They know, they see it. You know what I mean? Don't think that you know everything. You can forever be a student. And that's why I appreciate you that I'm glad that you on this video, because right now you being a student, because you come into the realizations that you do not know everything at all. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you know, I'm done talking your ear off. This was just like the 7 deadly sins that I've seen that, you know, is going on right now for clothing brands, and just off of my 10 years of really sitting back and just looking like, what do I say is like the 7 biggest sins that I see for brand owners in the year 2025. So comment down below if you think that I missed something. You can tell me what a deadly sin is to help blow up this channel and blow up this video. But with that being said, always remember to just divorce from the result and embrace the craft. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye.